Body lock pass number 2. Okay, so this next pass we're going to do is same setup. I'm going to look to set up my body lock, force the butterfly position. I clear the one hook, but this time he does the right thing and he gets that second hook in. So for the first pass we did, we were here. We were in butterfly. I had the body lock. I just want to show you for a second. I cleared this one hook. I sprawled my leg back here, and I got this leg across my hip. Now the bottom person is going to get inside control with the right foot. So when I'm here and I'm sprawling my leg back, he does a good job of keeping this hook, trying to stop me from passing to that side, or even using this to elevate or get his leg out to create space. So we start open guard, open those hands up, I change levels, I'm shooting through. This is going to be my long arm here, this is my short arm, trying to go as deep as I can, connecting with my S grip, driving my hips forward. If you find yourself in a situation where, like, let's say we're here and he's doing a good job of like bringing his hips back and trying to elevate me, I'm keeping my hips nice and low. Everything stays low. I don't want to get to here and right away bring my head up, because now my hips are going to be light and he's going to start to move me around. So if we're here and he's moving back and he's trying to create space, just keep everything nice and low from this position. Keeping my elbows in tight, pulling, flattening my partner out, driving my elbows to my knees. Now we're getting rid of that first hook. So I get on my toes, I turn my hip over, I sprawl back, okay? As I'm trying to clear, he does a good job of getting his hook inside, but now he has one butterfly hook, my right knee's to the inside, my left knee's to the outside, and we're gonna work the pass from this position. Now, same thing as the first technique, we're trying to clear his knee. So I wanna try to get my knee above his knee. A couple things do happen when you get into this position. He has a free hand, usually, to start to push my shoulder or push my knee and try to get me away. So we want to start to work his knee this direction first, get our knee over, and then start the pass. I don't want to do this. So I don't want to keep his hips square and then just start to go like this. Because if I do that, I'm off balance on this one side. So I start to walk to my left first, and then I start to clear this leg. So I'm pushing with my elbow, I bring my knee over, and we get to here. Now, a lot of times, as soon as I get my knee over, he's going to start to lock his half guard here. Because my chest is so low, he can't get his knee in front of my chest with that knee shield, okay? So my hands are locked here. He locks his half guard. I'm going to start to switch my hips over. I unlock my hands. My hand, left hand, is going to go right behind his head or shoulder, either one, just keeping my elbow to the inside control. I bring my head to the opposite side, and I turn my hip over, okay? My knees will be pointed towards his legs. So when I turn my hip over, I want to connect to his body. My chest is going to be on top. My hand is under his head. My right hand, to clear our leg, we go straight to mount. My right hand is going to cup his hip, and I get my elbow to the inside of his leg. Just trying to create a pass so I can get my knee through. So the elbow goes in, I start to push, and my knee's going to pop out. Once my knee pops out, I drive it all the way over to mount. My right hand is going to be an underhook. I don't want him pushing this leg back through. So right away, my right hand's an underhook. The bend of my arm catches his elbow. So if he's keeping this tight, bend of my arm catches his elbow. I drive my knee across. My head goes down to the mat. My hip goes up. Circle my foot to the inside. And get right to mount. Right, so, guys, with the body lock passing, you're playing tight. Sometimes you're going to have to force the half guard position. So it's a good idea to go this way, force half guard. He's forced to go half guard, and then I can go right to mount or side control. So here, open, make my grips, keeping elbows in tight. I sprawl my leg back here. I'm trying to clear that other hook as well, but he has a good butterfly hook. So he doesn't get that hook back in, I'm forced to bring my knee back to the inside, okay? If he's taking his hand, just take your hand and push my knee. So if I'm here like this, if I have his knee pointed up towards the ceiling, it's easy for him to push this knee away, okay? So what I have to do is I have to use this to walk in this direction, keeping his knee down towards the mat, opening, and then driving my knee over. My head is going to switch to the opposite side as I'm going. So from here, I unlock my hands, I reach behind his head, I work my head to the other side, and I turn my hip over. My right hand now in front of his hip, my forearm, my elbow in front of his leg on this side. From here, I slide my knee through, driving it down towards the mat, and I underhook. So the point of his elbow to the bend of my arm. So not here, here. I get my elbow, or his elbow, to the bend of my arm. I walk, drive my knee down, head comes up, my hips are nice and light, and I just pivot. I don't want him pushing my opposite leg into half guard. So when I come up, it's my knee up against his ribs, I circle my foot to the inside. I don't do this and put my knee on top, just push that leg into half guard. Yeah, push it all the way through. All the way. Yeah, now we're gonna get stuck here and he's gonna take my back. So my knee stays on one side, circle, and get right to now. So one more time. So here, open, body lock. I drive him down, keeping everything in tight. We get rid of that first hook. So my head is staying on this one side. I scroll back, here, drive my knee back up. I walk to my left a little bit. I step up and come over. Okay, once I come over, I start to switch, reach behind his head, turn my hip over, and I start to free my knee. If he does a good job of keeping his legs up high, the higher I walk my foot up towards his hips, the easier it is to take my leg out. So if my foot is back here, I can't take my knee out. I walk heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, until my foot comes all the way up towards his hips, and now I can start to free my knee. I drive my hand under, knee cuts across, head down, and get right to now.